Hey there folks, it's Eric on the streets of Wrocław, Poland, and I just wanted to reflect a little bit on this country, which I actually do visit quite a lot. It's called Poland, it's in Central Europe, and I'm sure a lot of you have heard of it. And I have to say, every time I come here, I do really enjoy myself, and I do really like the path that this country is on. Basically, it's been in the European Union for, more than a decade now. And the economy here is really taking off, and the people here are really nice. It's and just over the last few years, it seems to just be becoming a lot more international. And a lot of Polish people have moved abroad to places like the United Kingdom, and they come back here with what they've learned about life, and they apply that. And when I first started visiting here, this country, about 2002, 2003, I think the first time was, it was still that sort of like post-communist vibe. But over the last 15 or so years, the way that this country has straightened itself out is amazing. And I don't know, if I wasn't, so at home now in Serbia, I'd probably be considering moving here, except for a few things. Let's talk about what I don't like about here. First one is the weather. It's currently July, and I'm walking down the street and it's about 16 degrees right now. I can't imagine this ever happening in Serbia, where I spend most of my time, and well, that would be a minus, a lot of the time it's just this gray sort of European sort of haze. And the other one would be the language. I've had exposure to a lot of different Slavic languages over my life. My family's from Slovakia. My first love of my life spoke Russian. She was from Ukraine. I've lived in Serbia for almost a decade, became fluent in Serbian. And Polish is actually the Slavic language, which is the hardest to sort of pronounce and the hardest to understand to my ears. It just has this distorted quality, and I think it would be very hard to learn. A lot of people don't even try when they move here as an expat. I think I could do it, but it doesn't seem like it has this appealing quality that, for example, Serbian does to me, like the self-expression of the Serbian language. I really learned how to, speak it with passion, like with the same sort of passion that the locals do, and it's an incredibly expressive sort of way. But Polish, I don't think I'd find that. But let me talk about what I like about the place, because that's probably why you're watching this video. So the greatest concerts in my life with my band Worldly Savages were in Poland. Basically, people here like to drink and go wild. They're very disciplined and organized in the daytime, very good people, hard-working and all that stuff, but then they drink and go wild. So it's like almost like a best of both worlds culture. You don't have this misery and sort of dysfunctional quality that you have in a lot of Slavic countries like, Serbia, Ukraine. The EU, the rules and organization has clearly benefited this society. And this is an example of what that sort of Germanic, system or Western European bureaucratic system can do to a country. Life has gotten a lot better here for people. And people here work hard. But they're still Slavic people who are warm and open and friendly, with a really good attitude towards life, I find. On the other hand, it's still cheap. It's still cheap to live here. It's not expensive. You can scrape by on similar budgets to other, Slavic countries. And that's what I really like, because where I see a country where I have a purchasing power that makes me feel rich, I feel really good. I feel really free. And I feel like this in Poland. On the downside, it is a very conservative society, at the same time religious, etc., which I feel is might be staying here long term a sort of downside. I feel like in Serbia, religion doesn't really interfere with my life, but here it might a bit. For example, they don't allow drinking on the streets here, and I don't know. That undertone might be not for me. eventually, but I think I could deal with it. But all in all, I really love Poland, and despite the weather, the people are lovely, and it's just a nice place, and it's really one of the best places that Central Europe has to offer, because it's a country that's going full steam ahead into the future, is becoming more international while still not sacrificing what's good about itself. It's not losing its culture, it's just becoming richer somehow in spiritual, emotional, and financial ways, it seems. So yeah, greetings from Poland. Wrocław is a nice city. I like Krakow, Gdansk. I'm not a huge fan of Warsaw. Yeah, I don't know. They're all good. It's all that sort of Polish thing, and I plan on spending a lot more time in this country in the future. So thanks a lot. Hope you liked my video about Poland.